Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of NerdRant.
Wow, that was interesting. I'm JJ, aka Junior Wolf, and this is my co-host.
And I'm Dr. Zombie, also known as Seth.
Fantastic. This is NerdRant. We're here. It's a NerdRant episode, another episode of NerdRant. You know, that podcast that you all, for some reason, listen to because apparently you think we're entertaining.
Pretty interesting pattern I just made on my track from the clapping.
I didn't know you were clapping.
Discord does that a lot.
Does it really?
But yeah, because sometimes like you just cut out and it's like it's probably something like that. The track hears it, feels it. Bruh. Yo, my brain is mushed today. It's been a long day. What are we doing today, JJ?
Today we are not doing Fortnite. We are not doing Call of Duty, and we are
debatable.
We are not doing another one of our ongoing series, consoles, things like that. We are doing digital storefronts.
What does that mean? I know you just told me, but for the people.
For the people. It means all the things that you would buy digital items on, like the Xbox Store, or the PlayStation Store, or Google Play, or the Apple App Store.
What about the NFT market? That's a digital storefront.
We are not talking about NFTs today, because that will... Yes. But no, Steam and GOG and Epic Games Store,
etc., etc.
Yeah, all of those things where you could buy like a digital game or even a movie. Those are digital storefronts, and that is what we will be discussing today. So, Seth,
okay,
what's your favorite digital storefront?
I don't know if I have one.
Pick one now. Now is the time to pick one.
So random. Like, who's like, this is not the same as like favorite fast food chain. This is not that. It's like where, I don't know. Pick one. Does subscriptions count?
What do you mean? Does subscriptions count? Is it a digital storefront?
I mean, I'm spending money for a monthly subscription, of which is purchasing movies or films or music.
I mean, it's a product on the storefront, but it is not the storefront itself.
Okay. Because I was going to say, like, Netflix or Spotify.
No.
I don't know. I'm just going to say PlayStation because I play PlayStation.
Okay, he chose PlayStation, guys. Go ahead and roast him in the comments.
It's almost like that's what I use.
Nah. Yeah. I don't know what mine would be, to be completely honest. I really like.
Scare you.
I think a lot of them have flaws, and this was going to be my segue in to the kind of conversation here. Depending on what you said, I was gonna analyze it. Just so you know, it's not a you thing. It's a this was the plan the whole time. PlayStation, for one, definitely has some problems with their storefront, I would say. And I'm not going to say that I can speak. I'm not going to say it's a one-sided thing either, because Xbox also has the same issues here. I think when it comes to consoles especially, there is some crucial issues to storefronts. I think it's kind of a given that PC has it the best right now in terms of their storefronts, just because there's so many options.
Well, debatable. I'd almost say there's problems. Like, I'm not saying it's the worst, but I almost feel like because it has more options, some of those options are horrendous.
Oh yes, no, some of them are definitely
versus
horrendous.
PlayStation or Xbox or Switch, where it's not great, but it's also not horrible.
Mm-hmm.
But you only have that. It can't get there is not a worse option. It is just that.
Yeah,
it just works.
Mm-hmm.
It does what it needs to.
Yeah, I think
versus PC, there's so many.
Yeah, PC, the thing is with PC is, like, you can't really say which one is the main storefront for PC. I think the most popular one is Steam, but there are people who never download Steam once in their life. Like, I know people who go straight off of Epic Games every time. I also know people who will die by GOG just because of the moral side of it. Like,
I mean, also PC itself generally is Windows, which also has its own app store. Like if Minecraft and Roblox are some of the only games, I know those are kind of goofy, but you can download both of those without ever downloading a launcher in general.
Yeah, you can just get it off of the Microsoft App Store, yeah. And that's completely separate from the Xbox app, which you can also buy games and download through. Like, it's a whole thing. Like, there's a lot of storefronts on PC. And that, it kind of creates a duality, because on Xbox and PlayStation and I guess Nintendo, like any console, you really only ever have one option. You can't, like, buy from a separate storefront. It's all just through the main store. So what do you think about that? Is that a problem? Like, would you consider that to be a bad thing, that you only have one option?
I think it really depends. For example, Twitch. If I go to subscribe on my phone, right, because it's iOS and they charge a little bit more, it's like $7.99. But if I go on my computer, it's like $5.99. Right, there's like $1 cheaper for a subscription. And you can have situations like that, especially on iOS, and that can be a problem. I don't think I want to say Switch has some problems. I don't know much about the Switch store, but it can cause problems. But at the same time, I honestly, it's the same reason why I like Apple a little bit more than Android, because you don't need the open source of it all. And I just like the simplicity of it. It's just all right there. And like I said with PC, if I want to play something like Call of Duty, where do I go? Now, if I want to play X Defiant, I can't play that at the same places. I have to go to the Ubisoft launcher. If I want to play Call of Duty, I can go to Battle.net or I can go to Steam.
Right.
So with PlayStation and Xbox, I like the simplicity that it is all right there. I don't need to download multiple things. I don't need to figure it out. If I have a PlayStation account, I'm good. I can download anything practically.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned open source. I feel like the open source is not a bad thing per se. Like, I have seen
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just, for me, I don't need it, and I don't care for not having it, like on iOS. Like, I don't care that it's not open source, because I'm never going to use anything that would require open source.
I mean, if you create a storefront that is entirely open source, it's not that hard to keep it all right there. Like, have you ever used the GOG Galaxy launcher?
Nope.
Probably not, but it's essentially, it's a condenser launcher. So what it does is you can download that, and all of the other launchers that you have to download are then accessible through there. So all you have to do is select which ones you want to have downloaded and compatible, and it recognizes all the games that you have through them, and you can access them all through right there. So say if consoles were to do something similar, where you just select which, developers or which people's launchers you want to have installed, then you access it all through that storefront anyway. So it's all one page and it's all condensed to right there, but you get to pick and choose which ones you want to see and which you don't.
So two things. One, would you not still need the accounts though? Would you still not need an Epic Games account, Ubisoft account, Steam account?
Oftentimes, not necessarily, because a lot of them have the capability of account linking. And so if I have an Xbox account, it just registers my account as like an Xbox account. If I want to go on and create a Steam account and then link it to my Xbox, I can, but I can still access like Steam and Ubisoft and all of that through my Xbox account. Like, kind of like how Epic Games works, where you technically don't have to have an Epic Games account to play Fortnite. You just have to have an Xbox account, and then you can log into the Epic Games launcher through that.
And then the other thing is, I mean, don't we kind of already have that with one other, which would be EA? Not EA. Well, yeah, I think EA and Ubisoft, like, they're separate. It's not a whole launcher, but, like, it's a separate tab in those stores, I think, for both PlayStation and Xbox that has that. That would be for that another kind of like...
Yes, EA and Ubisoft, you log in through some other platform. So I can log into those two launchers with my Xbox account, and that'll have all of my stuff there. What I'm saying is, like, because of that feature, it would be super easy to have something like that on the Xbox storefront, where I don't have to have an extra account for anything else. I just log in using my Xbox account to these things if I wanted to look at the individual launchers. But if not, all of that data can then just be shown through the Xbox store because of the way that would work.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think open source would be a cooler idea for consoles, especially just because it allows for a little bit more freedom, and it also allows for more benefits to the developers themselves. Like, I'm sure nobody that's not living under a rock has missed the, like, Epic Games versus Apple court cases and stuff where, like, they're practically just claiming that Apple is taking an unfair amount away from developers with their App Store terms and conditions and stuff. They're just taking an unfair cut of money every time a purchase is made through in-app or just outright app purchases. And so they're trying to essentially gain the right back to have their own app store on the platform instead of, having to work
through
everything
Apple.
through Apple.
Through the App Store.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So say it's open source.
Which also happened to Google. Partially.
Yeah, it did happen to Google. Google was already a little bit easier to get your own app store, but it was by no means like simple. So they still have had a little bit of issues there. But I think if they were going that route with console as well, then it would allow for the developers themselves to gain a lot more benefit, because I don't know if you knew, on console, the cut that they take is significantly bigger than on mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like it's less beneficial to them to sell a game on console than it is to sell it on PC. That's mostly why we see so many games release on PC and then come to console later. Is because it's just
like you
not
can release a game practically free on PC.
Yeah, but you have to pay to release it on Xbox, and then you even make less for every sale you make. So it's just a whole hurdle. And so if it were open source, they'd be able to, if they wanted to, put out their own storefront to sell it, or even so, publish it through something like GOG that doesn't really take that many cuts or anything. It's just, forget the way they put it. They have like a specific terminology. I keep referencing them, by the way, because they are a lot more in the forefront of the storefronts right now, because I don't know if you saw the recent update to Steam where it like tells you you're just buying the license to the game. You're not.
That's not
buying the
new
game.
though.
It's not new. They just updated the visual so that it's telling you.
Been around
that.
since like day one.
Yeah, but now they're just telling you that up front. Like every time you go to a game's page, you can see that. And GOG is not like that. GOG, you are outright buying essentially a copy of the game, and you can play it offline. You can uninstall whatever launcher GOG has. Like, you can get rid of everything, and the game is still playable. You can still access everything within it. You could be offline forever and still play the game.
Is that legal?
Yes.
Because when you buy games, you're buying a license to the game. Can you buy a game without buying the license? Because that's how games and movies work. You don't buy the games. You're buying a license to run the game. You're buying a license to watch the movie, just like a movie theater. They don't own the movie. They bought a license. That's how games work.
Let me pull up
digital
GOG
and
to
disc.
look at their terminology. I know for a fact it's legal,
because disc
otherwise
is the same
they
thing.
would have been taken down.
Disc, you don't own it either. Disc is the license itself is on the disc, but you still don't own the game. You're owning a license to the game.
A key to the game. More like the disc isn't the license; it's the key.
It has same thing though. Like it is a key to the license. Like yada.
Here we go. GOG about. Let's see. Digital distribution platform that puts gamers first and respects their need to own games. DRM-free games.
Because I get what they're saying, but like that's not like a bad, like I know it kind of sucks, but like again, it's not like a new thing. Like people were so taken aback by it, and it's like that's how the movies have worked for decades. So it's not like a new thing. It was a new thing. It's like, oh, now you don't own your rights on this new generation or something, but you never did from the original Xbox, PlayStation 1 days.
We don't believe in controlling you and your games. Here, you won't be locked out of titles you paid for or constantly asked to prove you own them. This is DRM-free game.
Yeah, I just wonder how that works technically,
They work
but also
directly with
legally.
1,000+ partners, so they are working directly with the companies in this matter.
Okay. So then maybe they own the license and they're able to give it out for free?
Well, they're not doing anything for free. Like, you still buy the games.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, they're buying the license so that way they can...
You can't have it taken away from you because you're buying the download, and that download cannot be changed.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wonder how all that works in the back end. The whole license thing is also kind of confusing, but it's not new.
But GOG has taken off significantly since all of this has like been brought into the light more, where people want to actually own what they have. And so GOG has picked up traction, if you will. I got like 17 games for free to them. They're kind of doing similar stuff to the Epic Games Store. We'll like give out some for free, and especially because of that, a lot of people are kind of moving over there. That way, they can't have things revoked from them.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I will, and then also, like, the realistic nature of it all, right? Like, with the open source, with the consoles, I do think they should maybe take less, but realistically, that's how they make money, right? Like, both Xbox and PlayStation, they don't make money from consoles. PlayStation, a little bit more than Xbox, but they're still not making that much money from consoles. They're making it from selling games.
Yeah.
Not just their party, but like third party as well. So like it does suck, but like just the realistic nature of it all, they have to do that because that's just how it works from a business side. It sucks as a gamer. That might be why like prices go up because they need more money, but the actual creators need more money, so everything's going to go up. But that's just the realistic nature of the space.
Though I'd honestly be interested to see. I don't know how many people actually have a console that don't pay for like the subscription. Like, I know it's possible to not, but I feel like everybody does, if not just like the lowest tier for the multiplayer access. So what if they made it so like you can't buy games digitally unless you're subscribed? Because you have to download them anyway, which requires a connection. So that kind of takes away the possibility of that person not having internet. So I don't know, like, what if that was the case? Then they'd be making money anyway without having to worry about the game sales themselves for income.
Yeah, but it's also possible. Think about for single player. Like a lot of people talk about how Xbox is better for multiplayer and PlayStation's better for single player. You don't need an account to play games like Spider-Man or Subnautica or God of War. And that is very easy. Like, that is a reason why people buy specifically the PlayStation.
Well,
especially
you don't need an account over here either.
For what?
To play games at all.
Oh, no. I know. I'm saying Xbox people get it for multiplayer games. Like, that's what it's known for. Whereas PlayStation people buy it more for single-player games. So PlayStation specifically, I see a lot less people would need the subscription for online play, even the lowest tier, because they're not playing multiplayer. That's where they use a PC or Xbox for, because PlayStation also has those exclusives, especially on PS4. Not as much as PS5 and current gen, but especially like that era.
Right.
So like, because that's what I see. A lot of people, it's like, they don't really use an Xbox for that. They use a PlayStation for those games and then everything else on PC.
Mm-hmm.
So I do get what you're saying, but especially for PlayStation. But yeah, you're right. That's the same for Xbox. People definitely can play a lot of these games single player, and that's why they have the Xbox itself. PC for the competitive, for extra frame rate, but then for those exclusives and all the extra stuff, they're using a console solo.
Yeah.
So I get what you mean by just don't think... I think that would screw more people over. Because that would only... If they did it that way and they took less money from the games, they would have to increase that subscription. So even that base subscription would probably be like $4, $5, $6 more.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So what about mobile? I think
mobile.
We've mentioned mobile already. So mobile is a tough one, right? Because each one has its native store, right? Apple has its... Is it just called the App Store?
Yeah.
Okay. And Google Play has Google Play.
Google Play Store.
Yeah, and that's all of Android comes pre-installed with Google Play. They also technically Samsung has the Samsung store, but I don't think anybody actually uses that.
Used.
So there are native storefronts to both of those, and they are by far like the most used.
What does the Google Pixel use?
Play Store. It's Google. What?
Joke. What does Google Pixel use? The Google Play. Anyway,
You're so funny.
I'm hilarious. Insert laugh track here.
Oh no! Now I gotta go do that and edit it.
No, you did do it last time. By the way, I don't know if I ever said good job on that. Good job.
Yes. I'm so good at my job. Anyways,
So,
how do you feel currently as like an Apple user about the store?
I don't think it's horrible. I've definitely gone away from the App Store. I've gone away from gaming in general. Just I've been busy and stuff, but I know there was definitely a long time that I did. I was like a hardcore like clicker gamer. I'd be getting like Adventure Capitalist, Cookie Clicker, Doomsday Clicker, Ideal Clicker, or like Tap Heroes. It was terrible. It's all right. I haven't used the Google Play Store that much. I have used it a little bit. I think, does it have something like Apple Arcade, which is like a subscription type thing to get like a bunch of other games?
Google Play Pass. So it's basically just Game Pass for mobile games. It also comes with like some in-app purchases for free, and it'll give you like credits that you can use for in-app purchases, I think.
How much is that one?
No, let me check. I'm not entirely sure.
So Apple is 200 plus games, no in-app purchases, no ads, and $7 a month. With 1 month free.
What do I look at? I don't know how to find it. Hold on.
Bro, we got some great ones on here. We got got Hill Climb Racing, Angry Birds, Texas Hold'em, Smash Hit. That's a great one. Balloon Tower Defense 6 Plus. But yeah, so like that's cool, and then it separates. You know, you have apps, and then you have your games. And today, like a browse feature.
Here we go.
I don't think
Google
it's bad.
Play Pass, $5 a month, over 1,000 games and apps with no ads or in-app purchases, and new offers for top games every month. So you get discounts on like the popular ones.
I've watched multiple people, especially one guy who's like a game developer. He's gone through the process, and it is definitely a lot harder to get your app approved on Apple versus Google. Like pretty much anyone. I probably within like the end of the year probably can make some kind of app and get it on the Google Play Store. Yeah. Legitimately. Which
does
I will say like that could be good, but that could also be bad. Because I feel like there's so many more generic and less quality on the Google Play Store because of that.
I do think so, but I also feel like they make up for it because their algorithm is really good at putting the actual good and well-made ones first. If you scroll for a while, yeah, you're going to find the cheap ones, but the more important ones do always come up first, so.
Yeah, where I see a lot of my games are more for ads on YouTube and stuff, and that's where I download them. Or I will, every once in a while, I'll go through and I'll just do the top-rated free games.
Yeah.
I generally don't scroll or try to browse for mobile games anymore.
Yeah, I was the same. I did it for a while, and I tried so many different mobile games. But now it's like, unless a franchise that I really like has a mobile game out, I'll try it. Or like if there's one that I've been playing for a while.
Just something about. I think it's the purchases. I think it's the way they monetize it and the UI with that, because it's just so overwhelming.
Yeah.
That it's just harder. That even, because like I say that because like Solo Leveling or One Piece have so many games, and some of them are popular, like top 10 free games on iOS popular, but it's just, I just don't care enough. There's just too much stuff going on monetarily. There can be a lot going on, like something like a game like Tap Heroes or Tap Titans or whatever it is. That has a lot going on with clans, pets, different abilities. Like there's a lot on your mobile screen, but it's all free. And most games, especially like those franchise ones, always have like a battle pass or something. And I'm like, no. And I think COD Mobile's a great example of that.
Does the Apple Store have like a reward system? Like, do you get points for buying things?
I don't think so.
'Cause I know Google Play has their, like, what is it called? Like Play Points or something like that. And obviously in-app purchases or just buying games outright, each dollar earns you 1 point. And then you can also go up in ranks. And each rank you go up gets you more points per dollar spent. Each rank has different perks and stuff. So, like, I think weekly I can go on and just claim, like, a random number of points from 1 to 100, and it'll just give them to me. And then I also get, like, special perks, like the Pokemon trading card game event, I guess, is one for this week or month. I can get, like, a special pack in there. Or I can get, like, coupons with my points, stuff like that.
I haven't really used that part of it because there's, like, achievements and friends list on the Game Center, which is the, like, main application for games and stuff. And, like, I can see, like, leaderboards of my friends on different games and stuff. I haven't really played with that because, again, I don't... If I'm playing games, I'm playing, like, basic single-player games. Like, I'm not really spending money on a lot of them. The games that I'm spending money are going to be like Roblox, and I can do that on my computer or my PlayStation 2.
Yeah, that's completely fair. I think the only times I really earned play points was I was subscribed to geocaching for a little bit, their premium, so I earned points through that, which I do think it's nice. Like, if I say I'm like, I have Roblox, thank you, Roblox on my phone, and I want to subscribe to, what is it now? Like, it's not Builder Club anymore. What is it? It's just Roblox Premium?
Just Roblox Premium? I think so.
That's so dumb. Builder Club was
Builder
better.
Club takes me back, bro.
Builder Club was better. I like that name. But yeah.
Yeah, remember when we had Twix?
Tix, you mean?
Tix?
It wasn't Twix.
What is
That's a candy bar.
Yeah, but it looked just like a candy bar.
It looked like a Tix.
It looked like just like a ticket bar thing.
Bruh. Anyways, yeah, no.
Limited time. Hold up. I just opened it up. Limited time only. 1 bonus item per account. Refunds roll in losing the item, and it's for buying at least $20 worth of Robux. You get a golden pumpkin head.
Bruh.
On Roblox.
But no, say I wanted to, like, subscribe to Roblox's subscription, and I mainly play on PC. I could go on and subscribe on my phone, still get the benefits on PC, and also be earning points that I could then use for Robux later on if I wanted to. Like, it's very helpful to be able to build up points, especially for those cross-platform things. So I do appreciate that it is there.
Yeah, I will say PlayStation does have that. And again, because that's like the primary thing that I play on, I definitely take advantage of it. Like, actually, like when Season 1 drops, if I go, because it's all on the phone, everything I buy does get points, but it's on the phone. And if I go to my points, I think I have 5,700. I can get like, if I go to rewards, there's a lot of things I can buy. I can buy Diablo coins. I can buy Rise of Ronin. I can buy Power World. A bunch of games. Stardew Valley, Astrobot, Another Man's Treasure. But the big thing, like, I'll probably do is I can buy COD points. I can get like 2,000 COD points. And it's like, I've just passively been getting coins for the Fortnite crew. They did remove it, which kind of sucks, but it also kind of makes sense. They did remove PlayStation Plus from that. Kind of sucks, but again, you know, business, it does kind of make sense that you have to like actually use the store, and just online doesn't count. But I would definitely, if I had more of an urge to play mobile, I would definitely appreciate that. It's just like, it's even with or without it, I just don't see myself spending that kind of money other than maybe on 1 or 2 games for no ads. I'm not going to get enough points.
Yeah. Quickly, because I remembered it, speaking of ads, I know Xbox has started to dip their toes here, where I've like opened my console and there will be like a full screen banner ad. It's just for their first party games like Call of Duty and Diablo, I think, are the 2 that have had them so far. But I'll get like a full banner ad saying to like try it on Game Pass, and you can click in and it'll take you to the Game Pass page or the game page. Has PlayStation had any of that on their side?
Yes and no. Recently the home screen got an update, and instead of the Explorer, it's now the Welcome, and I can customize it. So I have to go through, because I just got my new console, and change it, but like I can show my console storage, and I can easily swap between my SD card or not. and there is news tabs, PlayStation Store, and PlayStation Plus. So it's very quick, and it does advertise it. So right now I'm seeing November savings, save up to 75%. The news tab is showing PlayStation Plus, PS5 Pro. Right? I think when Sparkling Zero came out, I saw that. Yeah. But I can turn all that off. Like, I can go to the widgets, and I can turn off the news tab, and I won't see it. So it does show it, but it's optional.
Yeah, on Xbox, there is, like, on the homepage, there are, like, a couple squares underneath your recent games that will often show advertisements. Usually it's only, like, certain games, like Fortnite is a frequent one there, because it does use, like, your data and stuff to give you ones that it thinks you'll be interested in, but there'll be one for, like, Fortnite most of the time, and obviously Call of Duty was a recent one that was there a lot. Let's see, what's there
I will say, actually, that's another thing is, every game that you buy, whether you still have it downloaded or not, you can follow or unfollow. So in that news tab, I can specifically only have Fortnite and maybe Call of Duty, and I will get news for those two, but I won't get any Minecraft news because I unfollowed it, and I can pick and choose. I will say it's a little janky. Like, sometimes, like, something can happen, like an update, and it'll follow all of them, and you have to go through and unfollow all the games. Again, it's games that I don't even have downloaded.
Yeah, but, I can add to my home screen. Like, when I scroll down on my home screen, I can add a page for each of the games that I follow. So, like, I have Odyssey there, I have Fortnite there, and it'll give me all of the updates and even some, like, recent game clips that people have published from that game.
Yeah, like, I'm scrolling down, and I have the main, and then your news, and that's all the games that I follow. So, again, like, it does have that, but it's definitely customizable. I do like the way they do it, because if I want to follow a bunch of games, like a lot of say that I had a lot of live service games, I could put XDefiant, Fortnite, Call of Duty. Like, that'd be great. I love to be able to keep up with that, but I don't need to follow and see the new DLC of a game that I'm actively waiting for. Like, if there was, Elden Ring, I know when the DLC is dropping. Like, everyone knew when that was dropping. I don't need constant updates on that. So I can choose that.
So on Xbox right now, on my home screen, there are 4 buttons. One of them is always the same. It's just the Browse the Store button. Just takes you to the Xbox Store. The next one over says Coming Soon to Xbox, which is just a shortcut to games that aren't out yet. And then the next one is an ad for the Xbox MasterCard. And then the last one is actually a shortcut to the Settings tab, where it has you turn it on, like, power efficient mode to help stay green, I guess. So no game ads this time around, but there is 2 squares there that are often used for advertising.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
which is
going
interesting
right now.
Because, like, you paid for this console, you pay for the subscription, and they're still giving you ads right then and there. It's like opening up your phone and just seeing an ad on your home screen every single time. It's like, that doesn't seem right.
It's like all these subscriptions for, like, Hulu, Netflix, or even worse, buying TVs. Like, smart TVs. And they will also give you advertisement for shows and movies and subscriptions and stuff. It's like, I bought a TV just so I can access Spotify and YouTube. I do not care about what's new on Hulu.
Yeah. Ads on platforms have become a little bit of an issue, but it's fine, right?
No. Right. It's not. Everything is not all right.
No, not even a little bit. Anyways, we were talking about mobile. That was just meant to be a little sidetrack. What was I saying about mobile?
Ads?
So, yes. The ad-free option is nice to kind of include in those subscriptions, because it is definitely necessary on a lot of mobile games. Though I will say a lot of them get around that by giving you the option to watch an ad for a reward, and those ads do they still...
I was thinking, I was like, can I still watch, like, some of these games? Can I still watch to get an extra life or gain, like, subtract
those
30 minutes from a build time?
To do. It's just the ads that you wouldn't have control over watching that are running.
It's like the generic, drop the cup thing, like all those games, and it's just like, I just want to exit out of the round, and it forces you to watch an ad, whereas you still watch an ad to double your coins for the round. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, because like, there's 200 games, and I wonder if there's a lot of games like that. Because, again, if I went through like a phase like that, I could totally see myself paying for this for 2, 3, 4 months and playing a bunch of those. It's just, again, I don't play it consistently enough. It's like, so I'd rather buy the game itself's ad-free option.
Yeah, I would too, honestly. Because a lot of times it's pretty cheap to get like just ad-free on a game.
It's like
oftentimes
$2, $3, $4.
Yeah, the games I bought it for, it's usually only up like $1 or $2. So I have
a
no
lot of them are $1 or $2.
Paying that to not only support the developer but get the pesky ads out of the way.
Yeah.
I will say though, how many other storefronts have you used like on your phone?
On my phone, I don't know if there is any.
Because I have used couple of them, the main one being the Epic Games Store, but I think I had like 1 or 2 other ones on my phone. Because
that was like the big thing about the court case, is the fact that you couldn't do that.
Yeah,
that they didn't have an option to sideload.
Because I have the Android, so I guess I was going to mention that every other storefront I've downloaded, any app that I get off of there hasn't given me ads ever. Which I will say, part of that I'm sure is that it's mainly first-party games on other people's storefronts. Like, it's very hard for people to publish their games through a storefront that is not the main one.
They're big enough
creators,
platform. Right? Like Fortnite, right? Like, they're gonna make money in the game. They know that because it's not new. Whereas all these generic mobile games, they can't do that. They need that ad revenue. That's where they get their money from.
So it just creates kind of an interesting space. It's like the Google Play Store is like completely ad-ridden, and all the games in there are ad-ridden, and then you jump over to another platform and it's like it almost gives like a AAA experience on a mobile game, where it's like all of the games you're gonna find on there don't need the pesky ad money because they're already making enough money to make it worth it.
And I will say also, like, another thing with like those first party games is they're probably making money just for you being in the experience itself. So again, like, just another thing, like, why they don't need to deal with that. Whereas I don't think me downloading like a random like tap game or like the banana game on Steam. I don't think they're making money just from you getting that, like downloading it. On mobile, on PC it might be different through those fronts.
Now, when it comes to in-app purchases, I know the whole like Apple court case started when Epic Games gave a method to either purchase it through the Apple Store or go to their website and purchase it, so that you avoid that extra tax. And so it was like a reduced $1 or something like that. Yeah. Do you think that is a good or bad idea?
Again, I think inherently it's not terrible, because I wouldn't mind if Google Play did it too. I think the problem was how much it was. I think if they forced you to do everything through them, so they have that extra security and just streamlined, that wouldn't be terrible. But it's the fact that I think it was like 30%. If it was like 10, 15%, I don't think it'd be a problem. But 30% is a lot, especially for the smaller developers. That means if they sell something in the store like ad-free for $2, they just lost 30% of that. And that adds up when that's like their main source of income. But if it's 10%, that's 10, 15. Like, that adds up too, but not nearly as much as something like 30. And I think that was the big problem. Not that they had to do it in the first place, but 30%. And Epic Games, at least what they said, they're doing it for the smaller creators. Because Epic Games could handle 30%. But again, these generic games that are getting ad revenue, like, that's how they're making money, they're not going to make nearly as much.
Yeah, that's kind of why ads started, is because they are not making a lot off of their games, so they need another form of revenue, and so showing ads is the way to get that. But no, I honestly think that they should have the option to do both. Like, I think it's completely fair to say, like, hey, as Apple or as Google, we can handle all of this for you. We can process payments. We could do all of that for your game at this, like by taking this much percent.
Yeah.
So, like, at 10% reduced income to you, we would handle all of this matter for you. You just have to check this
Shark
box
Tank.
and let us handle it. As opposed to, hey, I already have a digital storefront. I can just give them the option to route to there instead. And that way I don't have to pay that extra cut. I'm still making my money. And then Apple or Google doesn't have to handle any of that. Like, they don't have to put out their resources on that storefront, which I know isn't like a huge loss to them, but like, even so, they would probably have to handle much less. So I don't know. I feel like there should just be an option to people who publish games. Like, just give them the choice whether they want to do it through their own storefront or whether they want to do it through.
Yeah. Again, I think it's just ideology, whether you like it or not. I think it's just the way Apple has done it, because again, they like to keep everything closed source and all that, so they try to keep everything in line. It's just, again, my problem is the percentage. I think if it was 10%, I wouldn't really care at all. It is just a lot, but I think that's just their idea behind it. Whereas Android, you can have that freedom. Because again, like, I just don't care. Like, I think even if I had the option, I don't see myself, unless it is absolutely necessary, to go through a different storefront. And honestly, I wish more games were on the Windows Store, because I would love just to not have to download a single thing and just have my computer on and instantly be able to download games.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, whether Steam is better or not, I'd much rather, like, everyone's like, oh, Xtify needs to come to Steam, Xtify needs to come to Steam. It's like, I don't want Steam either. I don't want to have to download anything. I shouldn't have to download the one, what is it, you said GGO?
From GOG.
GOG. I shouldn't have to download that either. I should just have it built in. Again, that's why I like console gaming versus PC gaming, because I don't have to do anything to start buying and downloading. I put my card in and boom, I can download any game that comes out. I don't have to figure out where it is, cheapest price, like right there, or I can buy a used disc.
Yeah.
So,
anyways, there's one more big thing I wanted to bring up here, and this is kind of like the titan of digital storefronts, and also kind of a space that we haven't touched on yet. What about Amazon?
I was thinking that when you first started, and that's why I asked. I'm like, are you talking about like Amazon and eBay? And then you would like list everything off, and I wasn't sure if that's like was also. That's why I was. That's why I asked about like Spotify and Netflix.
Yeah, so
because I wasn't really sure.
I wasn't really thinking like Spotify and Netflix, because they're more of a subscription that gives you access to things, kind of like Game Pass and PS Plus, which are part of the storefront, not like the storefront itself. So I was just thinking Amazon itself is like a storefront for everything. Like, they have Amazon Music, Amazon Video, they have the just shopping center, they have groceries you can buy on there. So I'm not necessarily referring to the retail part of it where like you can order stuff, mainly just like their system, like their UI, and the more digital products that they serve up.
I think the product's good. I will say I don't like the UI. I use it. I would not want Apple or PlayStation or Xbox to take the Amazon UI.
No, I agree. I think Amazon's UI is one of the most stupid, like, confusing UIs I've ever seen.
I should not have to try to go through like 4 different things just to see this year's purchases.
You know, I am all right for like UIs looking simplistic and bubbly. That's how I usually like to put it. Is I like when things look bubbly.
That's not the big problem with Amazon. And so it's Amazon, just where things are.
Amazon tries to cram so much information on your screen at once. Like, if I simply just open up the Amazon app, just on my screen, I have the search bar, I have all of the different filter tabs up top, I have a giant advertisement, I have 4 different options for resuming my browsing, I have a random sponsored ad, I have holiday highlights, and then I have all of my tabs down at the bottom for my account, their weird Reels system, my cart, their AI. There's just too much on my screen right now, and that's the problem. That's
another thing that, like, people need to start doing what they do good. I despise. I don't like Twitch in general, and we've talked about it. I do not like Twitch. I despise anytime I see what, like, 1 or 2 people that I do follow go live, I try to go on the mobile app, and I can't just instantly have a home screen. It's a real short thing. I have to tap to unmute, and I'm scrolling through. Like, no.
Yeah. Everybody's trying to get into the real scrolling, swiping space, and it's just not right.
Do what you do good. TikTok does that good. Twitter is text, Instagram is pictures, and YouTube is long form. Everyone, Amazon does not need short form content.
Yeah, it does not even a little bit. And I get they've always been trying to insert product reviews onto their website. Like a couple years back, and it's probably still even here, I could go on, and on the main page there would be live streams of people just reviewing different products, and I could tune in and look for I know it's very strange, but I could click on it and see people reviewing different products, and it's basically just a constant advertisement for a bunch of different products.
Do you know what that sounds like? Chinese TV. They would literally show you a product in 5 seconds and go on, just fly through it and try to sell it. I will say, I don't think the Reels is bad. Same with Twitch. My problem is when that is your primary home screen or something. When I open Twitch, that's the first thing I see. I don't see a whole lobby home screen type thing. That's what I see. It should not be in the bottom. I should not have it after my home screen. That should be my orders or something that I primarily need. If it was somewhere in a drop-down menu, it's hey, here's reviews, here's my browse feature, cool. But it should not take up the primary screen as a button.
Have you ever used Amazon Music or video? I take it you've used video because they have a lot of anime on there.
No,
really?
Used it.
Dang, okay.
There's a lot that does have it. It's just, and we talked about this on the anime streaming, which is a while ago. It has changed a lot. We should probably do an update on that soon eventually, maybe. But it's just, there's a lot of anime. Crunchyroll has more. Generally, what you need is, there's places where you can watch anime like Netflix or Hulu, but generally you just need Crunchyroll and another big one called High Dive, because it's the same thing. A lot of anime Oshinoko is only on there. So Amazon does have it, but I can generally watch at other places that I already have or have easier access to. But it is a nice thing, like Netflix, right? It's nice to have that there, but it does not make it worthwhile, especially Amazon's primarily.
I will say Amazon Video specifically is a weird one, because when subscribed to Amazon Prime, you have access to Prime Video, and there are a lot of Prime original shows. There's also just movies and shows included with Prime, and you'd expect that to be what they show first. They're ooh, look at all the stuff you get. But no, when I open Prime Video, it's all stuff that I can buy or rent, and I have to scroll a little bit to find stuff included with Prime. I should be able to
try it one time, and I did see that. I'm where's the free stuff? I have this free trial for a month, or it's my dad's or something. Where's the subscription
I should be able
stuff?
To click in and see all of the stuff available to me, and then if I want to look for something that's not, allow me to do that. But I should see all the stuff that I have access to first. Though I will say, with Amazon, they also have the kind of integrative system that a lot of other things do. So say I want to watch a movie that's on Stars. If I have a Stars subscription, I can still watch it through Amazon Prime. You can also subscribe to those things through Amazon Prime. So if I don't want to download the Stars app, I don't have to. I just subscribe to it as an add-on to Prime, and I think it makes it cheaper, maybe, but it also just adds all of that thing's content onto Prime Video, so I can then access it all there. I think it works the same with Paramount and Freevee and a bunch of other things, Peacock. I'm not sure if the big ones have it. I don't think Netflix is in there, probably not Hulu,
I
Disney
doubt
Plus, but all
Disney,
the other
Hulu,
big ones,
those,
HBO,
a lot
and
of the
Paramount.
other ones. I will say, I wonder if there's something like that for Apple, because there is Apple TV, and I tried using it, and not everything's there because I got it free. But I can go to how to watch, and there's plenty of stuff like Steven Universe. It instantly opens up Hulu, and I wonder if there's a way to link it so I don't have to open a different app, but it'll take me and I can link everything there. And it tracks what I'm watching too. For example, like I don't even like watch Crunchyroll that much, but my Apple TV will recommend anime that I'm watching on Crunchyroll on the Apple TV app or like widget.
Yeah, honestly, this is my favorite part about Prime in general for how they do things is like they try their best to integrate everything because their main goal is to be the hub. They want to be your hub for purchasing things, to watching things, listening to things. They want to be the place you go to find things. Even if you don't buy things from them, they want you to find things through them, create like a positive association and whatnot. So I like that they are doing everything they can to integrate everything together so that you can just find everything through them. And that is one big part of what I wish other storefronts had, like Xbox and PlayStation. Like, I should be able to find everything, whether it be subscriptions, movies, games, anything, by searching in one store. I shouldn't have to go to different sections to find movies or games. I should be able to just look for it all in one place and say I want to subscribe to a certain what's the word I'm looking for? Game producer, studio, launcher,
just developer.
Company? Thank you, developer. A certain game developer's subscription service like Ubisoft Plus or EA Play or whatever it is. I should be able to do that as an addition to my Xbox subscription. So that way I don't have to go through somebody else. I don't have to download anything else. I can just do it through there. And then all of that is then accessible through the Xbox store.
Which, hey, if you want to hear more about that, I'm 99% sure we have a subscription episode.
I'm pretty sure we do.
So let's stop talking about that for a little bit. We can talk about some other storefronts, but if you want to listen to more about the subscription side and how to increase it, what Epic Games and PlayStation and Epic should do, I said Epic twice, Xbox should do, go listen to that episode. I want to ask real quick, because I know this is how PlayStation does it, and I want to be nice. There is 2 separate tabs for the store and PlayStation Premium, or PlayStation Plus. I will say that's because, just like Xbox Game Pass, there's a lot to it. You have your classic catalog, you have your monthly free games that you can claim, and you have your deals specifically with it, and your game trials. There's a lot to it, and then the store is separate.
Yeah,
I
so
wouldn't mind
with
if
Xbox,
there's 3-4 things like that combined.
Yeah, with Xbox, there are 2 separate pages. There's the store and there's Game Pass. And you can access the Game Pass page, filter by Game Pass, I guess, through the store. So I could go to the just Game Pass tab in the store and look at all the Game Pass games, or I can just go to the Game Pass storefront and it'll show me deals with Game Pass, games with Game Pass, updates on games through Game Pass, the perks I have, all of that stuff. So it's helpful to have that kind of filter, but it also would be nice if it was condensed a little more, I guess. That way it's not 2 separate things that I have on my screen. I can just open the store, go to Game Pass, and make it more of a staircase kind of thing rather than splitting paths.
Yeah. One other real quick thing, remember how I said the welcome? With the plus thing, there's one nice thing. There's sometimes these little widgets that can be above the main welcome tabs. And the one that's normally there is explore new games. And I can quickly go there with 2 clicks, and it'll bring up the monthly games quickly. So no matter what tier you have, it's right there. Another nice thing that is put there is my download. So if I'm downloading something, it's right there on my home screen. So if there's an update, it'll instantly show me the progress. But I wouldn't mind if it was combined a little bit more, a little bit easier to access one from the other.
Okay. Here's something interesting, and I just wanted to bring this up real fast because I did want to mention it. Did you know you could buy digital codes through Amazon?
What do you mean?
The Amazon storefront, not any specific gaming thing. You just search on Amazon's website or app for a game. So say I want Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I could search it on there, and it sells a game code, and that doesn't mean I would get a card with a code on it. They email it to you.
Yeah
That's weird, right? That's not just me. That's weird, right?
It can be. I'll be honest, I was more surprised when that didn't happen, Remember I bought the one, like, Minty Legends pack? I thought that's what I was gonna get. I thought I was gonna get an email with the code, and then I got it in the mail, so now I have a case for Fortnite Minty Legends.
Yeah,
I find it
one here
weird
too.
that they wouldn't do that. Now, if you bought the physical or you bought the steelbook, then sure, but if you were buying the digital version, then I wouldn't think that'd be that weird. I find it more weird they wouldn't email it to you and send you the code in the mail.
It feels strange because at that point, why would I be buying a digital code when I can just buy it through the store itself?
Coupons. There's because it's
Amazon goes on sale much more rare than the native store does.
I mean, like, coupons, like, you can like claim like the gift cards and stuff. The chance of you being able to get an Amazon gift card and putting that towards something versus your grandparents not knowing if you're a PlayStation, Xbox, or Switch.
I guess
I could definitely see that, especially for younger kids, like buying Roblox gift cards or something. Like, they don't know. So Amazon, buy whatever you want.
Yeah.
So I think that could also be a big reason why they do that. Because they can have that, again, like you said, hub. Whether you're on PlayStation, Xbox, or whatever. And imagine how crazy it'd be if you can get Amazon on your console.
That'd be really interesting to see. Amazon Luna's coming back, guys.
I just say, hey, PlayStation, please buy new PlayStation 5 controller from Amazon. Just have it all linked. That'd be crazy.
No.
Would it be terrible? However,
I
I could also see one of those cases where it secretly listens to me, and then I open up Amazon and it's showing me my PlayStation games. I'm like, it's watching me.
Yeah.
It saw me rage quit like halfway through, and it heard me break a controller, and I open up Amazon and it shows a new controller. Oh no. That's not where I thought this was gonna go today. Anything else about the storefronts, though?
No, I think that's pretty much all I had. Any final thoughts?
This is a very rambly one.
It was. I don't know. I just thought it would be an interesting topic to kind of
I don't think that's bad.
We've mentioned
we do
storefronts
something like this every
before,
once in a while.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you said, like, hey, let's talk about what make it better, and then we just like mobile. Then we talk about Amazon for 15 minutes.
This is NerdRant. What did you expect?
Again, like I said, not a bad thing. It's just not what I expected. Because, like, this is also Thursday, and right, so it's going up in 2 days. So it's just like, do you want to record tonight? I'm like, sure. What do you want to do?
It's Friday.
So it's like, huh?
It's Friday, my guy.
That's still 2 days. Friday, Saturday. That's 2 days.
That's like literally 24 hours, my day.
24 hours and die. Guys, it's 6:59, so I'm waiting for it to turn to say 3 hours when it goes live, because it goes live at 10 exactly.
Almost there. No, you're getting there. It's getting close.
24 hours and...
This is the most compelling part of the episode. We're almost there. Why is it taking so long?
This is the longest minute of my life.
Oh my gosh.
This is longer than waiting for PS6 to drop. 24 hours and... I think I've said it 3 times in
why
this minute.
Does it not change?
Oh my god.
There we go.
24 hours and 3. Anyway, hey guys, I'm Dr. Zombie, my co-host. If you want more chaos like this, whether that be organized like game genres and subscriptions, or chaos like this, and what's happening this month, which we do sometimes, or video games or movies, subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we do upload again. And where can they go to talk about storefronts?
They can go to our Discord server, or they can comment on some of our posts on social media, or, you know,
at NerdRant Podcast,
at us.
Instagram, Twitter.
NerdRant Podcast.
Yep.
Not Twitter
guys.
anymore.
What do you mean? It's literally...
No,
I
it's
love
an X
that.
post.
The fact that 99% of... No, because I will link it on Discord and I will still see Twitter. I will still see Twitter in the URL. It's crazy. Or how every news source will say X, formerly known as Twitter. It's like... You know why they do that, right?
Nobody cares about X. They want Twitter.
No, because they need to clarify that it's not adult content. I can almost guarantee that's one reason why they still do it. Not because they refuse, because they have to clarify. That's our ending this episode. Hey, thank you for watching. Catch y'all next week. Bye.